happy Monday. Here we are. Here we are again. Weekend's over. Weekend's gone. And we got a special guest. Don't go anywhere.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Hey, Squeaky. Squeaky, listen. You ever seen a cool puppy like this? I think it's called a corgi or something. Isn't it cute? Check it out. Watch. I know, right?
Man, I gotta tell you, it's just a great day when we get to hear from my friend Bushido Blues. And that's what we're doing today. I have had such a day. I've had computer problems, my Windows crashed, computer went and it has taken all day to finally get it fixed, which is why you're getting this morning video in the evening. Now in the future, if you're watching this, I'm fully aware you have no idea what I'm talking about, but I had to get Monday's video out. And this is what I did. I asked Bushido Blues a simple question. I said, yo man, tell me about 5 movies you like and why. That's it. That's what I did. I always like to hear what he has to say about movies. Granted, he mainly talks about samurai movies, but that's not all he watches. So it's interesting, in my opinion, to hear other people talk about cinema that they enjoy. I wish more people would reach out so I could hear what I love to hear what their opinion is about certain movies, even if I don't like those movies. I'm always curious people's thought process when it comes to cinema. So, thanks for being here. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the description down below for a link to Bushido Blues' channel, because you need to go follow and like his stuff as well. He's great. He's fantastic. And without further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
So I was asked by the YouTube channel The Nerdy Ronin to talk about 5 random films from any time period, so here goes. So first on the list I have Sancho the Bailiff. Some movies you just don't forget, and Sancho the Bailiff is definitely one of those. Few films have hit me on just an emotional level like this one has. And maybe that's because of just how sad the story is. It's a very human drama. And honestly, I can't sit through this movie without tearing up at least once. But it's not really a movie like Schindler's List where you could just watch it one time and that's it. Kenji Mitsuguchi is just a genius with what he can do. There's just so many unforgettable scenes in this. Some are as simple as just breaking off a tree branch. I also really swear by the pacing of this film. It flies by like a modern movie. And this could really be a lesson to anyone that thinks old movies are boring. Sancho the Bailiff reminds us how there wouldn't be good people if we didn't also see the bad. And there wouldn't be light without darkness. It's an exceptional film. Please watch it. Next I have Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring. So, for anyone that just wants to spend a few hours in peace with nature and zen, then this is the perfect movie for you. This beautiful looking film shows the true beauty of being one with nature. And what's interesting is it uses nature to show each season and each stage of a person's life. Everyone begins with spring and ends with winter. The most surprising thing about this film, though, is just how dark it gets about halfway through the movie. But it also doesn't feel out of place because it's all part of life, good and bad. This is easily one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. It almost seems like it's out of this world, yet it's also familiar. I would just, watching it, you just want to visit this place and escape all the noise in everyday life. There is a lot of Buddhist symbolism in it, but it's done in a way where outsiders can easily understand it. It's also one of those films that it's so deep that you discover something different every time you revisit it. I'm really gonna miss this director. He recently passed away. He really was a movie genius, so rest in peace. So, Castaway on the Moon is just one of those rare films that I wish there was more of. Or even just a DVD that I can get, because like seriously, this movie is impossible to find. It's such a lighthearted concept, but it also deals with some pretty serious and relatable things. Sometimes you just want to escape to an uncharted island and just live without worries, even if that island is within arm's length of society. The film just does such a great job in showing escapism and just the yearning for simplicity. Sometimes less is better, and I think that's exactly what this film is trying to tell us. I really love this film. It's a bit of a treasure to me, and it's one of those films no one else knows about. But as of right now, you can luckily watch it for free on YouTube, so please check it out. Woman in the Dunes depicts a sort of dreamlike world, and I just love when films are able to do that. It's the definition of surrealism, and when you watch it, you're just amazed at how this was even filmed. It's about a man that gets trapped in a hole in the sands, and he's just made to live there with this woman that he doesn't know. His job becomes shoveling sand all day just for it to keep coming and piling up. It's a bit of a commentary on the pointlessness of everyday work life. And what's kind of sad is it was filmed years ago, and the message still holds up today. So, there's that. And last, I picked Park Chan-wook's Old Boy. Not to be confused with the Spike Lee pointless cash grab remake. He really had no right to remake this film, especially only a few years after it came out. Never understood that, and honestly, I think he's kind of a hack of a director, but that's a different discussion. But this original 2003 film is a Korean movie masterpiece. It's technically the second film in a Vengeance trilogy, but this one is by far the best. And it was also based on a graphic novel by the same name, which I have yet to read. But I will say that this is a very messed up movie, so if you're squeamish or a child, I would say stay away from it. But I'll also say that it's not all just for shock value. The world in this film just seems so otherworldly. It's just really dark, gritty, lonely, and violence just seems to be everywhere. But there's also a beautifulness to the isolating feeling that it has. Besides having a great atmosphere though, it also plays like just a fast-moving detective film with an insane twist. Throughout the entire film, you're also just treated to a work of art in filmmaking, so if you appreciate that, you'll get a lot with this film. So if you're real into film, then there's a lot to look at here. There's very creative and at times funny film edits, and the fights in this film are just incredible. I'm pretty sure every fighting fan has seen the hallway fight from this movie. It was so good that it also inspired an entire video game, Shifu, which just came out this year. This is just an incredible thriller, it's an incredible movie, and it's solely responsible for getting me into South Korean films. And I really think South Korean films are amongst the best. They should really consider just turning that entire country into a big filming studio. Korean movies are awesome. So that is my list of 5 random films from every time period. I would like to thank the Nerdy Ronin and his YouTube channel for having me do this. I had a lot of fun with it. And it also gave me a chance to discuss some films I normally wouldn't on my channel, because mostly I just talk about samurai films. So, back to you, nerd.
Thanks a lot, Bushido. Fantastic points. Fantastic movies. I just can't express how much I appreciate you stopping by with this clip. We always like to hear from our friends. and our enemies sometimes, but you, sir, are a dear friend, and we appreciate you. I hope you guys found a movie that you may or may not watch and enjoy later. I mean, Bushido Blues knows what he's talking about. So check him out. Watch one of the movies he discusses. You guys have been great. I appreciate you bearing with me with my technical difficulties. And I promise we will be back on Wednesday talking about a movie, even if I have to steal Squeaky Chair's Chromebook, because that's where we started this channel, and I'm happy. Somewhat happy. Even if I have to make videos on his Chromebook. So there you have it. A shorter Monday video, but something unique and new with our friend Bushido Blues. So from Michael the microphone, Bob Squeaky Chair, and this big fat jolly nerd. Have a great day, the rest of it. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you on Wednesday.